Hello! This week's poem is about my dad, me and my dad, and my relationship with him, and how sometimes you need to move away from a person in order to realise the few things you do have in common with them as they become manifest in your behaviour, which at first horrified me, but then I grew to quite love. It's an older poem, which I wanted to resurrect because I have a very exciting announcement, which I will tell you about after the poem. It's from this little book, which I had published a few years ago now, my debut pamphlet of poems, and it's called Dad Joke for Two Voices. PAW, Poem a Week, is what that stands for. It stands for Poem a Week. I began to echo him only when I'd moved away. Long form call and response down the M42, sound coming back as shyly as his texts, but echoing still, in quasi-cockney quips which suited me as badly as a limp, flat cap and workman's hands. In thrift, bags stuffed in pockets and a pound-shaped token for the trolley, him walking with me past two Tesco's to our favourite German supermarket, because every little helps. In shopping lists, and though he is decidedly silent when I buy caramelised onion hummus, the Kit Kats I know he would have in his hand are half mine, a rarely shared family wafer. In Saturdays, 5 Live his morning coffee, me just drinking in the smell. Fighting talk, less call to arms, more litany, more ritual. I hear him now louder than I ever did at home, in my new wardrobe of old layers. You can never have too many, son. And in baggy, hand-me-down dad jokes. So the reason I wanted to do that poem about my dad is because I have a one-man show about my dad going on tour around the UK this autumn. I took it to the Fringe last year after it won the Ideas Tap Underbelly Award, and now it's going around the country, starting in Oxford at the Oxford Playhouse on the 15th of September and finishing in London at the South Bank Centre as part of the amazing Being a Man festival, which I'm really pleased to be involved in. It's the perfect place for the show, which is very much about masculinity and how men can't talk about their feelings, framed through a kind of ramshackle road trip around the country, in which I go to all the places my dad ever lived when he was growing up and try and get to know him better in the present, via getting to know him better in the past, I suppose, is the conceit there. So yeah, finishes at the South Bank Centre in late November and goes to a whole host of other places in between. You can book tickets via the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Family.com, which I will link in the description below, and I really hope you can make it. I would love to see as many people there as possible, if only because if nobody comes, I will be broke.